It's a great Saturday morning out here at McGrath State Beach. Welcome to our program. We're here just at the edge of Ventura, Oxnard on the Santa Clara River, and one of the most important park units we have in our state, one that's been closed for a long time because of rising water. We now have a huge effort to restore this park, and we're beginning to make this park persist for decades to come. McGrath State Beach is at a real interesting place, both ecologically, geologically, and politically. It's really at the edge of many different things. It's at the edge of political jurisdictions, it's the edge of the land and the sea. It's also at the edge of rising seas and a lot of the current challenges that many of our regions of our state are going to be facing as we go on into the future. What's been going on here, the historic mouth of the Santa Clara River estuary, closes and is always closed at certain times of the year. A sandbar goes over the front. That leads to a more enclosed area, a more lagoonal, a raised water situation. Historically, that's been okay, and then once the water gets to a certain level, that berm breaches, the water goes down. That's a natural part of the system. One of the challenges that's happened in the recent several years has been a changed water pattern. That has partly to do with what we've been doing. It also has to do with our lower rainfall and the drought situation that we're facing right now. What it's meant in summary has been a stronger berm, less water in the lagoon there to break through this berm, and it's meant higher water levels for a much longer time. As far as people using this facility, it's meant that you can't even get in here because where I'm standing, I'd be about waist deep in water. So in addition to all the ecological impacts of that changed system, it's also meant that people can't recreate here. So we're beginning to try to solve that problem. Steps were first taken in 2011, been getting stronger and stronger ever since. Now we've finally been able to lower the water here. We've finally, for the first time in almost 3 years, are going to be able to have hopefully summer camping here and summer recreational use. And that's also the first step towards restoring this entire system. So as we talk to different folks today, we're going to hear about some of the efforts that people have put into, first and foremost, preventing this unit from closing. Secondly, how we're building more community effort and interest around this park. Thirdly, what are we going to do to try to go forward with this? Both forward as a recreational place for the local folks, also how we can possibly use this park, this place, this location as a model for other coastal systems where people are struggling with sea level rise and other challenges. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to what we're talking about today. Hold on. We're going to be right back with a bunch of awesome interviews from a bunch of fantastic folks here at McGrath State Beach. Lots of challenges have presented themselves here at this park. One of the most crucial was several years ago in 2011, we had some threats to even shut down this park, cease it from being part of one of the units in the state park. And Supervisor Zaragoza and several others were instrumental in helping turn that tide when it was starting to happen. So Supervisor, can you tell us what happened back?
Yeah, that's right. The state at the time had lack of dollars, for parks, and they had many state parks in the list for closure. And one of the parks that was put in the closure list was McGrath Park. But McGrath Park was put on that closure list not because of maintenance, but because of the capital monies. Mm-hmm. There's a sewer line that runs from the Ventura wastewater plant to here, and at that time they needed $500,000 to replace that sewer line. Consequently, I heard about it, and I took it before the Board of Supervisors, and it said we needed money to replace this sewer line. And at the time, the Board of Supervisors helped me to approve $50,000 towards the replacement of that line. And additionally, I contacted the City of Oxnard, which is Brian McDonald, our current council member, and he went and picked up $50,000. And additionally, we had Peter Mullen, as I mentioned before, one of our business people that has the Mullen Auto Museum here in Oxnard. He placed $50,000 into it. And then the park added the additional dollars, plus we got a grant through the parks. And then through the Friends of the Channel Islands, to the stakeholders, the children, We all contributed money.
So true community effort.
Exactly right. And of course, as I mentioned before, this is a real environmental treasure. It is a park that's utilized by stakeholders. I'm born and raised here. I used it as a child. My dad was born here. And it's something that belongs to all of us, and something that I believe that the Friends of the Channel Islands, state parks, the county, the city, and all of us value, because it's a real environmental asset. And as I mentioned before earlier, not only that, it's an economic asset to the community too.
Right.
And what a best place to have a park like this in an urban setting where people from Ventura, from Oxnard,
huge draw from all around,
from Channel Islands University, from East County. In fact, one of the things that I heard from East County residents, that they loved it because especially in the summertime, it's so hot over in Simi Valley and Thousand Oaks and Moore Park, so they love to come here to the coast and enjoy our cool weather. You might have maybe 100 degrees out there in East County and maybe 68 or 70 degrees here.
Right.
And again, it's
the cool coast.
The cool coast. And it also complements the University of Channel Islands, which is a really big asset here for the community and for our area. So I'm here to support it, and I'll support it 100%, and hopefully that initially, or later on, we'll have additional dollars to move the park to higher ground.
Cool. Another great aspect is the community hasn't just contributed dollars, they also contribute their backs. So today we're here with Girl Scout groups and everybody under the sun, Southern California Gas Company, everybody, and that's actually key too. It's not just people giving something, it's actually people being here as well.
One of the things, you're absolutely right, the economic dollars are important, keeping it is important, but the stakeholders coming out here, cleaning up the park, mowing the lawns, making sure that we paint, making sure that the campsites are safe, and the kids and the families, the mothers, the dads, cleaning up,
together.
different groups together, working together, different groups, the Girl Scouts, the other individuals that are here to help. It's what makes this their own. It's like your own home.
Absolutely.
You live in your house, you got to keep it clean, you got to mow the lawn, you got to wash, vacuum, and so forth. This is the same thing that's happening here with the community.
Perfect.
And it's perfect. We love it because it's for the children, it's for the future.
So how about any fishing excitement or any other kind of fun sports going on here of late?
Well, that's extremely important because not only is it a good camping ground, but my understanding is the fishing is great, and also the surfing is great.
Aha!
So if people
My
come out
students would
here,
agree with you.
But yes, the fishing is great, the surfing is great, and come and enjoy it.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Our great county supervisor, John Zaragoza from the 5th District of Ventura County. Another key player in this huge team right here at McGrath State Beach.
Thank you so much.
So behind me, you can see some of the very few campsites that are now open this weekend. We need many more of these places to be open. These guys are on some of the highest ground that we have here currently open in the campground. The idea, again, with the restoration is to have more opportunities like this that are at least at this level or slightly higher, so that, again, we can be out of the floodplain, out of the inundation area, and more people can be like these folks, these lucky guys right here, out of the beach. Why aren't you out here camping at McGrath State Beach? Thanks for hanging out with us today. We've had a fantastic day here at McGrath State Beach. Watched a lot of folks do some fantastic restoration. Heard from a lot of the key players here that are making this park a more vibrant, essential part of our local community for the years going forward. Stay in touch. Stay in touch with the Park Service, stay in touch with our friends groups, with all of our community that are involved here. There's ample opportunities for you guys to get involved. You can also go check out our website at California State University Channel Islands. You can search ESRM, Environmental Science and Resource Management Program. We have all kinds of projects going on here as well to try to help support state parks, support our local resource managers, and give them the information that they need. For anybody interested in this type of stuff, anybody interested in restoring systems, anybody interested in figuring out how we go forward collectively, constructively with problems, come check out our website at California State University Channel Islands. In particular, check out our Environmental Science and Resource Management Program. We train students to solve these problems. My students are now rangers. My students are now part of the organizing groups that bring these folks together. It's a wonderful opportunity. Come to CSUCI. Come check us out. We have an awesome program. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.